What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 5th episode of Previously on the Internet. I'm Artavia.
And I'm Faith.
And thanks for tuning in, and thanks for listening to the other episodes as well. Yes. It's been a good week. Actually, it's been a hot week.
Oh my gosh, I can't take the heat.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys have been staying cool. I mean, wherever your weather is, I don't know.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's been cool and y'all been in the pool. I don't know, doing something with water. Yeah, so let's start off by talking about each other's week. So how was your week?
My week is good. We left off last week episode with I had my birthday, and then the next day was my sister's birthday. And my birthday was good. We went to have lunch, and then we were supposed to go see the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
But those plans fell through because my niece is not able to go to the movie theater right now. And so I was kind of bummed about that because the Barbie movie, like, each and every day there's a new spoiler on Twitter that I'm seeing. And so I just want to hurry up and watch it to, like, just stop seeing spoilers. But anyways, yeah, it didn't go through, but what else did we do? Oh, I just got my nails done. It was a very chill birthday. The next day was my sister's birthday, and pretty much the same thing. We had lunch, and we're supposed to go bowling, but for some reason on a Wednesday night, all the lanes were full. So that was that. And what else? Oh, I saw Barbie yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yes. So
Okay.
I might talk about that more later on, but it was very good. But that was kind of my week. How was yours?
Okay. My week was good. The most exciting thing is I finally met my nephew for the first time. I was so excited. So my sister had a baby in June, but she's the only of my sister that has a kid, that has kids. But when a baby is born, I know other people do this, but we wait like the month to like see them. So finally his month passed and we saw him on the weekend. He's so tiny. And yeah, and then I finally also saw my niece. Like, I see my niece like twice, I think. Like, we were able to like interact with her just because she's like about to be 2, so we can do that, but we just couldn't interact with him. But yeah, I finally saw her, was around her as well, and I don't know, I was just so excited. Those are my teenies, so I love them.
Babies are cute. Well, some aren't, but once they get like past a certain month, then they start becoming cute. But yeah, should we get into things of the week that happened?
Yes, we should.
Should I just like get the Barbie experience out of the way?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay, so I went to go watch Barbie yesterday, and like I said, so many tweets spoiling so many things. So people describing scenes word for word on tweets. So I know like scenes that are happening, and like I'm expecting scenes to happen. So I kind of got a picture of like what the movie was going to be about, because the trailer literally tells you nothing what the movie's going to be about. So, I kind of went in knowing that, but it was a really good movie. I loved it so much. Like the opening sequence, is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not the opening one, but maybe like the second opening one. When like Lizzo's song is playing in the background, the song that they use to like go along with the scenes is so good.
Yeah.
But I love like Lizzo's little thing and like what Barbie's doing during that song. And then I think when Billy's song, everyone talked about like Billy's song and the thing, like it was so perfect once that song started playing throughout the movie. So I was excited to see like when Billy's song came on, and like it came on and it showed like another little sequence. It was so good. It was so like I guess heartwarming. But yeah, I love that part. But Ryan Gosling was really good in it. Everyone was like, he's gonna get an Oscar or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I went into it looking for like, a really great performance, and he did good, but I don't know. I'm obviously not an Oscar voter, if there's even voters.
You have to be like on the board.
Yeah, I'm not on the Oscar board. I don't know much about acting, but I mean, he did good.
Yeah.
Is it Oscar worthy? I don't know. But yeah, he was good. Margot was good. America was good. But yeah, a very fun movie. Yeah, I loved it a lot.
Yeah, I know. I wanna watch it, but like I have other things to do. But like I do want to watch it before it gets out of the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like I need to see it in the movie theaters. I need to live that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know when that is, and it sucks because now I'm just like sitting there. I mean, I don't care if I see spoilers, like I don't mind, but I actually surprisingly don't. I still don't. I don't know why. Maybe because it's like other stuff on Twitter, but yeah, but yeah, that's it.
And I was hoping for like, I went to a movie theater that's not really big. I mean, it was an Edwards theater, but it's like, it's not like a popular one that a lot of people go to.
Yeah.
So I was hoping for a little Barbie experience that they had there, but I wasn't expecting much. And they just had like a little backdrop with like a beach and like one little thing to take a picture in front of. But they didn't have any merch either. So it was fine.
Is it that box that you can step into?
That's what I was hoping for, but they didn't have that.
Oh,
it was just like, it was literally one that they made from like Party City or something. And I've seen a lot of makeshift ones on like Twitter from different theaters, and there's some that look rough. But I don't know why some theaters got like the actual Barbie box and some didn't.
Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, now I just need to go see Oppenheimer. I don't know when that's going to be.
Yeah. I know both of those movies have been doing numbers.
Yeah.
They've been doing like really good, but that's what happens when you promote your movie and actually go out and do stuff. Because most nowadays, like, people don't do, like, I know Oppenheimer didn't do much, but Barbie has. And like that's why the numbers are so high for that movie. And that's all you have to do. But some people just create movies, do little to no promo, like have their like actors do like the interviews, and then they wonder why they didn't do so well at the box office.
Yeah. Oh, another thing about Billy's song, I was watching an interview clip from Greta Gerwig, the director, and the interviewer was like, "Oh, Billy's song is so amazing," and like the part, and I guess Billy and Phineas let her use like the chords of the song and to like score, to like have the other people, music people, score the movie. So it's like chords from that song throughout the beginning of the movie, and then it leads into the actual song.
So cool.
And when she said that, I like realized it. But yeah, we got it. It's really good.
Okay, yeah, I will see it. I don't know when, like I said, but I will be there.
But yeah.
Do you have another topic, or should?
You could go.
I just want to talk about possibly the main important thing, right? It's not important, but it's like you can't help but not see it, is Twitter's rebrand.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like, I love Twitter. That's like my main social media that I would be on. I just love Twitter. Just because it's funny. But it's so stupid how the name is supposed to be X now. Like, that's what it's rebranding as.
My app still hasn't updated to the thing, so I'm hoping it doesn't.
Yeah, neither has mine. I don't update apps. I hate updating apps. So it's going to be Twitter for a while until it changes itself. But I feel like I'm always going to call it Twitter. I feel like a lot of people are always going to call it Twitter.
Yeah, literally no one's going to call it X.
Yeah. And it's like, I was thinking, when it's such a risky move, like when you have this platform, not platform, but what is it? Like a app, social media, whatever. And then how long has it been? It's been going strong for so long. And this is like what people were saying, like the long lasting, like social media that keeps its popularity, like going. And then you're just going to change it and kind of like tarnish it.
Well, I don't think he even cares, because
I know he doesn't care.
Like, it's just like not, I guess, fun for him, because
yeah,
even if like Twitter goes down in the dumps, he's still gonna be well off. So
I know, but I'm like, why would you? I mean, just why would you do that? Just why would you do that? I don't know. I like the name Twitter. Everything makes sense. Tweet, but now isn't like the little things within Twitter is like changing. Like, I think someone posted, like, it says repost now.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Or just post. Like, come on. I don't know. How you mess up such a classic
Yeah.
Like, just a smart thing to do, because Twitter bird and tweet because tweeting. Like, there's just so many good things, like, with the whole brand of Twitter. And here he goes, just throwing it away.
Did you see the giant X on the building?
Yeah.
Oh my! If I was the people that lived across the street, they have to be violating some codes. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so bright. If you're gonna have that, like, put it on the ground at least, because no one's probably living on the bottom floor.
You see the tweet that said, it's like that one iCarly episode. Have you seen that? And they put, like, the video when Carly, like, walks into the, like, inside their apartment, and then it's like this bright flash.
Oh.
That's what a lot of people kept putting, like, underneath that thing. But I think I just saw, didn't they say they removed the X?
I don't know.
I swear I saw a tweet like that, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so I had to get that out of the way because I love Twitter. And man, he's just messing it up. And I know he doesn't care, but it's like so stupid to do.
I know. And when Threads came out, I kept seeing people on Twitter being like, I'm leaving this app, follow me on Threads, whatever. So I downloaded it just because, just seeing what's going on there. And all the people, like, literally all the threads or tweets on there is literally just being like, what is this app? Like, I'm here, my first thread or something like that. So it was like, people weren't saying anything of substance, so I was like, let me just leave. And so I was just on Twitter, but literally all the people who said, I'm leaving Twitter are already back, or to go to Threads, are already back on Twitter.
Yeah.
So obviously Instagram isn't doing well with their little Threads thing.
Yeah. If you notice, every time they do a spinoff of an app or they, like, create a connection, none of it ever really works. And, like, when Snapchat started becoming, like, Instagram or, sorry, not Twitter. Just, like, you had all these stories and stuff. But now nobody really uses Snapchat. At least I don't think so.
Snapchat's had a resurgence.
Oh, really?
I feel like not with regular people. Like, I don't really use Snapchat I don't post on stories. I only Snapchat my sister on there. But, so I think Snapchat is paying a lot of, like, influencers, celebrities to post 24/7. And I think, like, these influencers are getting paid a lot to use Snapchat.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I do not go on Snapchat anymore. I remember I used to be on it all the time, but nope. And then I feel like the only one that actually, like, popped off was TikTok.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Cause
TikTok, I feel like number one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the only one that I've seen have success by, like, kind of taking what another app does and then, yeah, rebranding themselves, I guess. I don't know. But,
yeah. Should I?
Yeah.
Move on to one of my topics. What should I start with? I guess new music. That's the one that's in my head right now. Some people release new music. Like I said last week, Tori Kelly was gonna release. I wasn't sure if she was gonna release because she was in the hospital, but she said, like, I worked hard on this project. I want you guys to have it. So she did release it, and boy, is it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an EP, so it's only like 7 songs.
Yeah.
And, like, 2 of the songs is, like, Missing You and then Missing You remix or edit, whatever. So it's, like, 2 of the same songs. But I got it wrong last week. I said she's working with Timbaland. I don't think she's actually working with Timbaland. But I saw someone say that. But the song Cut, which is my favorite song from the EP, literally sounds like Timbaland produced it and even has, like, Timbaland ad-libs in it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's actually Timbaland or not, but that song is so good. And then my other favorite song from that EP is called Shelter. If you want to listen to the EP but don't really want to listen to all the songs, listen to those 2 songs because those 2 are very good. But yeah, I think I saw a report saying she's out of the hospital now. So that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that EP was so good. Who else released music? Oh, Travis Scott released music.
Oh, yeah, the Beyonce, yeah.
Was it a song or an album?
I think it was an album.
Oh.
I know the song, but then I don't know, because I was seeing, like, I remember somebody tweeting, they're like, oh, Drake dissing somebody in that song.
Oh.
So I'm a guess album, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that, but I saw a lot of people talking about it. And then I discovered another new artist.
Who?
Do you follow? There's an Instagram account called They Have the Range, and they just post like professional singers or just like, you know, people, normal people who can sing and like have posted their videos on online or whatever. But they show like the best of the best singing and like, you know, having the range. But they posted a video of this girl and her voice was incredible, so I had to go look her up. Her name is Annie Tracy.
Let me see.
Yeah, and she was like performing at this like little, like, I guess bar or something. I don't know, but oh my god, go look up her Annie Tracy times by 2. I think that's what it's called, on like TikTok or Instagram. It is so good. I had to go add the song to my library right away. But she is a really great vocalist, and I gotta listen to her other stuff. But Times by 2, great song.
She looks familiar, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen her before. Her name didn't sound familiar. But, yeah. I think that's all the new music.
I think, I was trying to see if I remember someone. Oh, no, I think that's this Friday. I think they said, like, Halle Bailey is releasing a song this Friday.
Okay.
But I don't know. I was trying to see, because I feel like I keep seeing August 4th. So I'm like, okay. But did anyone else? No, I'm really bad at listening to new music. I really am. It's just, I see it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go listen. And then I don't listen, because then something else, I have like the worst attention span. Like, I get distracted very easily, and I'm like, okay, I see it. And then that's it. Like, some of the songs that I said, oh, I'm going to listen to, still have not received one play from me, just because. But like, eventually I would get to it.
I'm good at listening to new music that of artists I already know and like. Like, I'll literally sit there at 9 o'clock and hit play. But I'm really bad at listening to new artists, not necessarily new artists, but artists I haven't heard before, and getting into their music. But artists that people already love. Yeah. Like Lizzie McAlpine. People loved her, and people were saying like, gotta listen to her stuff, but I didn't listen to her until like Ceilings was popular, and I liked that song. Yeah. So I listened to that song. That's it. And I was like, let me get into her album. I'm a Lizzie McAlpine fan now. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard. It takes me a long, but I listened to it like way after, like a year and a half after the album was released. Okay. Same thing with Billie Eilish. I didn't listen to her music till way late.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's like, I mean, that's all it takes, is that if a song pops off, like, that's all it really does take. Like, I think it was, maybe Lauren Spencer Smith. I don't know if you know who that is. Yes. Oh my goodness, she is one of my go-to sad girlies. Like, anytime I want to listen to sad music, she's on it. I mean, I have like a lot of people on there, but it's like, what is it? Flowers is so good. Oh my goodness. I feel like I went through the breakup. Like, just a lot of her. Sometimes they do sound the same, but you know what? I'm eating it up every single time. Like, those are just my songs. And I don't know why I can't think of the other song that reminds me of Flowers. And it's the first one that I listened to, because I know it got popular on TikTok back in like 2022.
I haven't listened to her music, but I watched an interview clip, and I was like scrolling through her songs, but I never like actually listened to them.
Oh, listen to them. They are just mainly sad. But it's crazy, because when you see videos or like clips of her, she is so smiley, just very bubbly. I feel like she's always smiling. It's Fingers Crossed. That's the other song. I had to look it up. But yeah, she's like such this bubbly person, or like appears to be bubbly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you're writing these heart-wrenching songs that does not make sense. But please keep making them because I love them. I love listening to her music.
I gotta add her to my next to listen list.
I just want to touch base because Love Island just ended.
Oh, it did?
Yes. And so spoilers to anybody who watches Love Island, like the UK version, the season, I think it's season 10 that's on right now. But from like our last conversation, the producers played Catherine. First of all, they knew what they were doing. They wanted her out. And it sucks because like what we see is what they show us. So like that's it. Mm-hmm. But like it turns out she has apologized to Scott, like, and her and Scott like made up. They were besties, like still like anyways with Whitney and everything. But I'm like, I was so mad when she ended up getting voted out, like literally right after. Mm-hmm. And it sucked because I'm like, there's other people on there who should have got voted out before her. But we're going to skip that because that was a while ago. And then, yeah, so they finally revealed the winner. No, the couple who won should have not won.
Who was it?
It was Sammy and Jess.
Okay, I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, so it was the one where I know Sammy because I just feel like he was just dogging Jess like so much. They kept being coupled up, but he would always be coupled up with someone new. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just the way he would talk about Jess. Like, I felt like he would lead her on, but then wanting to get to know somebody else, which is like, okay, again, that's fine. But then there's a respectful way of doing it and a disrespectful. Yeah. I feel like he was disrespectful every time, especially when he made it known. And I quote, maybe not word for word, but I quote, he says, Jess has to remember that, I'm her type. She's not mine. Like all this stuff, like, and I will bring that up every single day. I don't care because he said some nasty things. I felt like he was always like talking down on her. And I mean, they still pulled it through. I felt like they were like fighting and then they would get like, be fine fighting again. Like, you know, like what some of the other couples were doing, but they won. Like, I don't get it. And the one, Whitney and Lachlan should have won. They came in second place. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, there's no way Sammy and Jess got that many votes. Because the public votes.
Oh, okay.
But like, you have to be in the UK. I mean, there's some ways you can get around it. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense that they got the most votes. Because I know people's like, oh, a lot of people wanted either Whitney and Lachlan to win. And then maybe it's the Facebook people who wanted Sammy and Jess to win. That makes sense. Or Ty and Ella. But then Ty and Ella, like yes, they're cute, but it's just not good. I think they've been like arguing and then stuff, because Ty has been, like I said before, like he's been disrespectful to the woman. He tells them to shut up, like, and like, why are you talking to me? Like, don't talk to me. Shut up. I'm talking to your man, not you. Like, he says comments like that. And I guess he like told Ella to shut up. And then also called her like selfish, which is this whole thing where Whitney called Ella selfish. And it was this whole thing, but guess Ty did it. And nothing really happened. Doesn't get it. Mm-hmm. But I know I did kind of like stop watching it, so I just been keeping up based on whatever people are tweeting and whatever the Love Island account is posting, just because I didn't like the way they just kept dogging on Scott, like as the episodes kept going, and I'm like, this doesn't make no sense. But then I'm like, I felt like there wasn't too much of love in that house. Like, where's the couples? Just because some of them didn't seem sincere, like people were doing anything to win. Like, that's what it seemed like. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, Sammy and Jess won. And it just boggles my mind. Because what? How was you guys voted the top couple? Nah, that doesn't seem right.
Maybe people in the UK are thinking different.
That's what I was thinking, but then even people who's from the UK is like commenting under like the post, like, huh?
Oh.
Like, how did y'all? But I think my friend said the aunties and stuff, they love Sammy and Jess. Like, what?
Oh.
Like, what? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, they won. So I'm disappointed with that. But I cannot wait for the reunion. And I need Scott to get on everybody. Because every interview that the cast members who have been voted out, every time they do an interview or they're doing a podcast or whatever, Catherine and Scott is the main topic. Like, nobody's being asked questions, like they probably are, about themselves. But why is every single Islander voted out have Catherine and Scott in their mouth? Like, oh my God. And it's so annoying. I mean, I guess like main character vibes. And the people, and I know there's Caddy, whatever her name is. I know she gets sick when they bring that up because she's so ready to dog on them. And I'm like, okay. But it's like, how does it feel to not only be on this show once, but twice, and you're still not the main girl? Like, you're getting asked questions about somebody else, and you open up your mouth and you're running it. And, but like, where's the comments and questions about you? It's silent. Like, it's just, I don't know. But I can't wait for the reunion when they realize, like, when Scott sees that people are just always talking about him and his relationship with Catherine and all this stuff. And I hope Catherine sees it and realize, like, some of these girls are not her friend. I know, like, Whitney is, but some of them are just, they just evil with a comment. But I did want to say, sorry, last note about Love Island, then I'm done. Because Ellum and Catherine, like, they didn't work out. And I think I told you that. But I guess it was known on the show, because I think Katie was saying it, that it was known that Ellum was there for, like, his business or his something.
To promote himself?
Yeah. Oh, or, like, to use it as, like, I mean, I don't know if it's true because, you know, we're not in the house, but I think it was something along those lines. And it's like, so the girls knew, or, like, specifically you knew, but y'all was pushing Catherine towards Ellum and saying, oh, you guys are so much better than you and Scott. Like, what? You knew what he was in there for, and they were just jealous. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, so that also annoyed me. But yeah.
I've seen tweets about Love Island USA starting.
Oh, yeah.
And I was, like, thinking, like, should I watch it? But I haven't watched it. But then if you remember from, like, a couple weeks ago, the Vanderpump Rules girl, Ariana Madix, she posted something, like, joining the Love Island crew. I thought she was going to be a contestant on the show. I was like, oh, my God, I got to watch this. But she wasn't. She was just, like, a special host for a game or something.
Okay.
But I got so excited, and I was ready to jump on the Love Island USA train.
Please.
But she's not. But I don't know. I probably won't watch it.
Yeah. I was thinking about watching it, too, but I can't with, like, certain dating shows or, like, dating game shows, whatever this is considered. But I was possibly gonna tune in, but then there's this video that was going around, and it's from, like, the show, and it was, like, them kissing each other, and, like, the contestants kissing each other, and it was just so awkward. So I don't know, did I say this before? I can't remember, but it just made me so uncomfortable. So I'm like, maybe I'll wait until, like, some drama pops off, or, like, something that's good.
Yeah. Have you heard what's going around about Lana Del Rey's voodoo?
Oh, yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, once it was like Doja Cat, Ariana, and Camila, like, the crossed off. I was like, dang, that's crazy. Like, there's no way that's gonna finish. It might. If you want to wear, Lana Del Rey did, like, a little notes. I don't know what it was.
Question for the coach.
Yeah, a little, I don't know,
stupid.
statement, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Random statement. Maybe like 2019 or something. And she's basically just, I don't know. To me, she's like whining about stuff. But she lists out like a bunch of artists, and it was like Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, Camila Cabello, Cardi B, Kehlani, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce, in that order. And then she's talking about like how come they get to do this and that, and I don't get to do whatever. Irrelevant. But now it's kind of like resurfaced because first Doja Cat gets canceled or whatever because of her little situation of, I don't know, she's very weird about her fans and like always not bullies them, but like talks crap about her fans, and like these are the people supporting you and like essentially putting money in your pocket, and you're, I don't know, calling them losers at home and needing to get a job or something. Anyway, so people got mad at her. So first it was Doja Cat, and then it moved on to Ariana Grande, and she is being accused of having home-wrecking tendencies with her current and past relationships. And so people have been getting on Ariana Grande about that. And then it kind of moved on to Camila Cabello because there was rumors that her and I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm just going to say Alejandro. That they were dating, and he was famously engaged to Rosalia, and they just broke up. And so rumors that Camila and him were together, so people were saying like Camila Cabello is a homewrecker, but that rumor is not true. It got debunked. But then next, Cardi B, if you haven't seen the video, some fan threw like a drink at her.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, threw like her drink at her, and Cardi B threw her mic at this girl. Have you seen the video of like the close-up angle? And after she throws the mic, she goes, I'm sorry. But I don't get that because people before were throwing drinks at her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. And like she was like dancing. I don't know why this one set her off.
I don't know. Maybe it was because like it looked like it was like ice.
Oh,
like
okay.
Ice in that cup because you saw like different spots.
Oh.
So, I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, Cardi B, and no one's mad about that, but it's just like a crazy little situation that Cardi B is in. And then, so first Lana mentioned Doja, then Lana mentioned Ariana, then Lana mentioned Camila, then she mentioned Cardi B. So next it's Kehlani, and I saw like tweets. Kehlani just went to Beyonce's concert, and someone put like, oh my gosh, Kehlani just broke her leg at Beyonce's concert, which I think someone made up just for the sake of Lana's thing. But I don't know. As far as I know, nothing bad has happened to Kehlani yet.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy how these artists mentioned on Lana's statement are one by one going, something like crazy is happening to them.
Yeah. I know. It's like, because what's left is Nicki and, oh, well, then if you want to count Kehlani, but Nicki and Beyonce, and it's like, stay away from Beyonce. For sure. But yeah. Crazy.
Sorry. Yeah, it's crazy. How, like, not coming true, but these artists, the order of these artists and things happening to them is wild. But it's just like a funny thing. No one actually believes that Lana Del Rey has voodoo.
Yeah. They always say, like, these celebrities have voodoo.
Yeah.
Please.
But yeah. Do you have another topic?
No, I don't think so. Because, again, it's been, like, a dead week. At least, like, for me. But I remember seeing something, and it was, like, on the topics of, like, movies and stuff. I think it's because of, like, the Barbie and the Oppenheimer. Like, all this stuff. And I don't know if somebody's like, oh, they're going to go watch it again or something. And so I just have a question. Have you ever seen a movie multiple times in movie theaters? Like you saw it once and you went back again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can we talk about that? What movies do you remember any of them?
Gosh. Definitely, like I mentioned before, Fault in Our Stars. I saw that again. Oh my god. Oh. Did I watch? No. There's definitely another one, but it's escaping me. Have you mentioned yours while I try to think?
Okay. I know for sure 2. I'm pretty sure there's more, but I only have 2 in mind, which is Black Panther Like, I know that one. I think I saw that like 2 or 3 times. Can't remember. And then the other one was Little Mermaid, like the recent one, obviously, because not the Disney cartoon version. But I think so. And I know that there was another one that I saw. I've seen it twice in a movie theater because I remember taking my mom, and that was like in like, I don't remember. This is when like COVID was still going on, and I think they like reopened the movie theaters. I think it was, I don't know, but I know it was a late movie because we didn't want to go around when there was other people, obviously, and so, and I can't pinpoint what that movie was.
I think I might have seen like a Marvel movie twice, but I really can't think of.
Oh, that makes sense. I think it was. I think I've seen a Marvel movie twice.
I feel like I've seen like a movie with my mom and then I made my sister go see it with me. I don't remember, but definitely Fault in Our Stars was one.
Yeah. But kudos to people who watch it multiple times. I'm like,
yeah,
I can wait if I want to see it like more than 2 times. I can wait till it hits streaming services. But yeah, I don't know. So I just had to bring that up because I'm like, man, what are the movies where you saw multiple times? Like, it was that good for you that you went to go watch it again.
Yeah.
Like, and movie theaters are not cheap.
Oh, yeah. The only time I go see a movie is matinee showings because it's cheaper.
Mondays?
Matinee.
What's that?
Earlier in the day.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Oh, yeah. Well, go see a movie at like 10 a.m. Prices are cheaper.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But when Elvis came out,
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing like Brittany Broski, her mentioning like she went like 1,000,000 times to go see Elvis.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, there's people that go hard for some movies.
Yeah. And I'm like, they act like it's a concert. Like, I don't know. I would not spend that much because it's like, I know you don't have to eat at the movie theaters, but like, how could you go to the movie theaters and not get movie food?
Yeah.
Like, I need popcorn with my cheese. So.
It just made me think of a moment in my childhood. When the Hannah Montana 3D movie came out, I was a big Hannah Montana fan and like a Jonas Brothers fan, and they were going on. Well, obviously they were going on tour at the time because that's what that movie is about. That tour. But yeah, I was a kid, loved that, and so one year for Christmas, my mom, she gave me a gift, and it was like I don't know what it was in. It might have just been in a box or like an envelope, but I opened it up. And it was a ticket, and I got so excited because I thought I was gonna go to the tour. I was like, oh my gosh! And I think she said like we're going with like my friend or something, and so I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited! And I thought it was for the concert, but it was for to go see the movie. But it was like a good movie experience because we went to the El Capitan Theater. And we used to go there a lot for, like, Disney movies, but for, like, the Disney movies or whatever, they would put on, like, a big old scene over there, and it was really fun. So I went to that theater to go see, like, the Hannah Montana movie, but I really thought that I was going to go see Hannah Montana and Jonas Brothers in concert. But, man, that was a cool experience because I was just in my little seat with my 3D glasses. I forgot what they did. They definitely, like, decorated the inside.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, it was better than, like, a regular movie experience, but I really thought I was going to go see it in the concert.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen... I've seen it. I'm like, just before you say anything. But I really do not remember that movie in theaters at all. Like, it playing in theaters. Maybe because, like, we weren't looking for it. I know we watched High School Musical 3 in movie theaters. I remember that. But I don't remember I didn't know Hannah Montana was playing in movie theaters.
Maybe it was just that one.
Oh.
Or I don't know.
No, I think it was actually playing in the movie theaters. But actually, I don't know. Don't quote me. But I remember, this is like random, but you know how you can get like movie ticket like screening, like it's not the premiere, but like it's like a special screening, and you can go, and this is before it's actually playing in the movie theaters or whatever. But I remember One Direction did that for This Is Us, and it was like, because I don't think it played in movie theaters, but I know you can get the ticket and then you can go. And I remember me, and I went with someone. Oh, I'm thinking what? Okay, me and one of my friends that I would like do all this One Direction stuff with. We went to the Grove, I think. And you know how like traffic is and just how horrible it is over there. We went there to go to the special screening, and as we were waiting in line, it's like, I don't know, was it like a couple hours? I don't know. I know it wasn't too long, but it wasn't a short time either. And so everybody had their tickets and stuff. And remember, it's supposed to be limited. This is my early days of Ticketmaster, okay? Of like them releasing more tickets than they should. And I guess they did that. They released more tickets than they should. And the security people kept coming down, like counting people and like all this stuff. Like they just kept doing it. And it's like, okay, what are they doing? And turns out that they overbooked it. Or I don't know, there's too many people there. And I'm like, I don't get how, because you can't sell the ticket. You can't, like, it's not that type of event. And they're like, well, we're shutting it down. So they shut it down.
The event didn't even happen?
I don't know if it ever did. Because I know it was like for 2 days. I think 2 or 3 days. I don't know. But we showed up and we couldn't go in. A lot of us could not go in. We were wrapped around.
Dang.
And yeah, I feel like they just shut down the whole thing.
Yikes.
And I was like, I was so mad because we wasted this time to come over here just for it to be canceled. And then there's no memory, no talk about if people ever went.
Thank God.
So I'm so confused and yeah, very disappointed with how that went.
Man, I remember going. They need to bring back 3D movie experiences or just like concert movies, because man, those were good. Like people would look forward to those. Like Hannah Montana, Jonas Brothers did One Direction did.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, Katy Perry.
Anybody else? Like I know people have, like how Beyonce has hers. But I don't think it was like a movie theater thing. I don't know. But anybody else? Glee.
Oh my God, I watched that.
Glee had one. I think I don't remember anybody else who had one. But yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are really fun, like behind the scenes type thing. I know people do like little documentaries now, but because it's like Billie Eilish. I don't think it was a movie, but it was like a series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like those where you can see behind the scenes stuff, and just how music and everything is created.
Yeah, I know
Very
people
exciting.
like artists put out movies of their concert, but it's just like them performing and not not like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I like the behind the scenes stuff. It adds more stuff. Did you watch the Jonas Brothers documentary?
Which one?
Their newest one that came out
I don't think
2019. It's so good.
Is that the one?
It's like one of my comfort things to watch. Is
it on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't seen it.
It just gives you like such a good insight to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah.
I'm here for that documentary that Demi's gonna do.
I'm interested to see who's gonna be a part of it, because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, she's gonna have Miley, she's gonna have the Jonas Brothers, she's gonna have Selena. I feel like she's not gonna have any of them in there.
Yeah. I mean, isn't it just basically, it's not going to be too much of, sorry, not that. Skip all that. But it's just more of like child stardom. Mm-hmm. And isn't it gonna be? I wonder if Allison Stoner will be in it, because I was just on TikTok and then it was like one of her TikToks. I don't know. And it's called like Dear Hollywood. I don't know if it's a podcast that Allison Stoner does, but it's basically what Demi is doing. So I wonder if Allison will be part of the project, because so comfortable of like talking about it and just exposing Hollywood and how they are towards like young child stars and everything. But yeah, but whatever Demi's gonna do, man, please bring a lot of stuff to attention. Because I know a lot of I watched multiple documentaries about Hollywood and like how it's like how predatory it is. And I forgot what they were called. Do you remember all the documents that were coming out like in I don't know, don't ask. But it was like not too long ago, and then people would talk about their experience of like they were being abused by these people, and it's just like all these things. There was like two big ones that I watched, and they don't really stream them, but I know YouTube has it, so that's how I watched it. And I don't know, yeah. And I remember there was something about, there's a Disney Channel, he was on Disney Channel, but then he was also in like a boy band, I guess, and his name is Ricky Garcia. Does that like ring a bell?
I think I remember him.
Okay, and like how his manager, how like they would take these 14-year-old boys and get them drunk and then do things to them. And one of them was just like, he was like being used a lot. So he has came out and like talked about it, and I don't know if he was suing. I don't know. But it's just, yeah, so I wonder if like those type of people, like who has already outwardly like spoken about their experience in Hollywood and what these pedos and stuff, and just, yeah, I wonder if they're going to be on there. But I hope Demi does talk about some Disney drama back in the days, because that drama was good.
Did you see when Disney, was it the Disney Twitter account or the Disney Channel Twitter account? They were like, for the Disney 100 year, they were like, throwback to all of our favorite Disney whatever. And it was basically all like the big Disney Channel stars doing their little, and welcome to Disney Channel or something like that. And you're watching Disney Channel, they showed everyone's but Demi's.
Yeah.
And so people in the comments were like, why didn't you show Demi? Like, she was one of your biggest stars. Why isn't she in this? Is it because the documentary she's putting out? Whatever. People were all up in the comments, and Disney was hiding all of those comments.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. And
then they felt bad like 2 days later and made another video with her in it.
The person, I know, they got in so much trouble. Like, that is such bad marketing.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Anything else?
I was watching a podcast with Drew, or her and her sister's podcast, Drew Afualo and Dason Afualo. But they were like talking about like stories from like when they were in high school and like funny moments. Do you have any funny like high school stories or embarrassing high school stories, or just school stories in general?
Yes, maybe. It's crazy because I was just thinking about this because I saw there was like this TikTok of this little girl. She made like wedged heels. Like she drew strawberries on them and everything, like designed her whole shoe. And she was like, oh, she wants to wear them to school. And that, and then I started thinking, you remember when I wore wedges in high school? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, because like, you know, when you grow up and you see all these, like, I was watching a lot of like teen dramas when I wasn't a teen. And just because like my sister, so like, you know, we was watching Degrassi, we were watching South of Nowhere, like a lot of the end shows. And then we were watching like, you know, Secret Life of American Teenager, you know, all those type of things. And And like I think most of them Pretty Little Liars. Like they would wear heels in high school. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go to be in high school and like wear heels. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so fun because I love heels. I love wearing anything that would give me height. And I know like when my sisters were in high school, like they had people who were wearing high heels in high school. Like it's kind of crazy when you think about it, but they were doing it. And then I was like, yay, I'm so excited. And I remember we were getting school shoes. I think we were going to be I think we were juniors. Yeah, we were juniors, right? Or was it senior year? I don't know. I think it was junior year. Oh, yeah, because I had psychology. So, okay. And one of my shoes, I got like these 5-inch black wedges. And I love those shoes. They were not easy to walk in, but I'm gonna wear them just because the outfits I was like wore, I was in my Ariana Grande phase. Like I think everybody was when they wore like high-waisted skirts and you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, you can't wear that with like regular tennis shoes, which is crazy because it's what I end up doing anyways. But I remember I used to wear those wedges to school and thought I was so cool. I was like, wow, look at my wedges. But then I stopped wearing it like middle of the year because nobody was wearing heels. No one. I was the only one. And I'm like, it was a fun time, but I wish more people wore heels in our, like when we were in high school because it was fun. It was fun.
I definitely could not wear any sort of heel going to school. Like, being there is painful enough. I don't want to have my feet being painful. But something that I thought of that I literally totally forgot about. When I went to school with a fractured toe and my mom did not believe me. So, it's a backstory to this. When I get home from school or whatever, I take off my clothes and just lay in bed and like take a nap or whatever. And so one day after school, someone was at the door and they were like knocking on like the screen door. So it's like they know that someone's home. So it's like not like the type of knock you could ignore. But I was just like, I'm just gonna let my grandpa answer the door.
Yeah.
And they're still knocking and they start talking. I realize it's my uncle. And so they're like, he's like, open the door, whatever, anybody home? So I was like, oh, my grandpa's can't hear him, so I guess I gotta hurry up and open the door. I was like in my room in my bed, so I didn't have any pants on, so I was like kind of rushing to like hurry up and open the door because I realized it was my uncle. So I was like trying to find the nearest pants I had, so I found like these stretchy pajama pants. And so I'm like getting them, I'm like trying to fit my leg in there, and like it's kind of, you know, like when your foot like gets caught in like stretchy pants and like whatever. Anyways, my foot gets caught trying to put them on, and did I fall, or I either fell or tripped, hurt my toe really bad, and I somehow got the pants on and was like limping my way over to the door to open it. So anyways, after that, my toe was just like killing me. It hurt so bad. It was swollen, and I was like icing it. I took medicine, see if the swelling goes down, and nothing was working. And it was so painful to walk on. And so I was like, I'm telling my mom, like, it hurts so bad, like, I don't know if I broke it or not, and basically, like, you'll be fine. So I was like, whatever. I had to go to school the next day, obviously. Yeah. And so next morning, it was so painful, and, like, in high school, I didn't have, like, too many shoe options. I only had, like, the 1 or 2 pairs a year, and they were, like, closed-toe shoes. And I think I wore, like, Toms or something back then. And so I managed to shove my foot in my broken or fractured toe at this time into this shoe. And, like, our school was not small. It was an outdoor school. And so my first and second period were, like, all the way across the school. So I had to walk so much from first period to second period, and I'm like in so much pain, like I'm literally gonna cry, so much pain. Jeez. And I'm limping my way. I think I was late to like my first period because I had to take my time walking. So anyways, I called my mom, and I said I need to go to the doctor or something to get an x-ray because I literally think it's broken or something. Anyways, I got out of school early, went to the x-ray place, figured like you fractured your toe, and when you do that, like there's nothing they could do to heal it. It just has to heal on its own. Yeah. So I didn't like get a cast or anything. So I had to go to the store, like the special like medical supply store, and get a diabetic foot shoe thing, and I had to wear it for I think a month or something. I had to go to stupid school with a stupid diabetic shoe thing and then like a regular shoe. Walking, limping everywhere. But I think that day was the same day of like me getting out early and getting that shoe. Was the same day as like a football game. So I'm standing on the stupid bleachers with my stupid diabetic shoe and broken toe and like my regular shoe. But walking around that shoe was so embarrassing. I hated it. But that was super painful.
So I was just thinking, I see like I know like a lot of people on TikTok or like Twitter or just any form of social media, and you know how they always post like any celebrity like encounters they have met. Do you know? I think it was like because I think Oppenheimer was filmed at UCLA, so then I know like people were talking about it, and they're like, oh, this is when they were filming, or someone's mom was like, oh, my daughter was an extra in that movie. Like, I remember seeing that happening. Did not know they filmed at UCLA, first of all. But do you have any encounters with celebrities, whether you like actually went up and talked to them, or you've seen them, or just any form of like you were in the same space as them?
Yeah, one comes to mind, and this is the only one that I would kind of classify as a celebrity encounter. There was a singer that I loved, still love. His name is Kevin Garrett, and he even wrote Pray You Catch Me for Beyonce. Oh, wow. But I love his, like, music stuff. And this was 2017. But I met up with, like, Twitter friends in LA, and we were at the Beverly Center, and we were kind of, like, walking around, and then we decided to, like, think of where to go next. So we walked across the street, and across the street was like a bus stop, and it had a bench. So we sat down on the bench, and we're thinking of like where do we go next. And I see a guy kind of walking down the street, but he was far away, and I just saw him, whatever, kind of like paid attention somewhere else. And I look again, I see him because he like dropped his water bottle or something, and he's a little bit closer now. I said, he looks familiar. And he's coming, like, walking up closer, and I'm, like, trying to rack my brain on how do I know this guy? And I realized, oh, my God, that's Kevin Garrett. So he's walking up, and he's a very small artist, so not that many, like, at this time, I'm assuming very rare that someone ever recognizes him in public. And so I feel like with small artists, if it was like a big artist, I would not have the courage to go up to them. Yeah. But I was so shocked that it was him and that it was just like a random coincidence. As he was passing, I said, Kevin? And he looked around and he said, hey. Like, I'm assuming he thought like I was someone who knew him. Yeah. Like, as a friend. I was like, oh my God, like, I love your music I love your music so much. I'm a big fan. Like, can I get a picture? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I took a picture with him, and he was like, I was like, I'm a big fan. I love your music so much. This was the time I was really into his music. I just literally could not imagine. I couldn't believe that he was just walking down the street when I was sitting at a random bus stop in LA. Yeah. And he's just like walking down the street. But I honestly couldn't even believe that I even had the courage to go up to him. But I think it was just like a second nature type of thing to say, like, can I have a picture? Because I couldn't believe that was him. Yeah. But yeah, that was my interesting celebrity encounter.
Wow. I am always too embarrassed to ask for like pictures. It's just like I always feel horrible like bugging anyone. But I feel like I encountered quite a bit of celebrities. Like my earliest memory is, I think they were filming CSI. This is back when like CSI was like big, and the main guy who was on there, who was on Freaky Friday, can't think of his name right now, but you know.
Oh yes, I am talking about the dad, the stepdad.
Yeah, and so I know he was filming, and then my mom was like, "Oh, look at that!" Like whatever, and I remember she sent me and my sister to go over to him, and just like we had to we went over with like a little notepad, a notebook thing that's like this skinny. And she was like, go get his autograph and stuff. And it's like, you know, I don't know if he was taking pictures like with autographs, but like who's gonna turn down kids? Mm-hmm. So like I remember us getting his autograph. But what is another one? I mean, I feel like there's quite a bit because like my previous job, it's celebrities do go, and they would visit. I know it was like different ones. I know Owen Wilson is like a frequent visitor there. So he's always there, like probably once a month. And I've only seen him like a couple of times, but when I held the door open for him and I was like, oh, what, he told me like thank you or whatever, I recognized the voice and I said, oh, that's because I always heard that he was there. But I think my craziest one is what like I mention a lot, but this was like back when we started opening up from COVID and stuff, and it was Brad Pitt decided to come to like my place of work. And I remember everybody was like freaking out, and they're like oh my god, Brad Pitt's here, like everybody was just going crazy. And so they're looking for him. And just like, we're not, my previous job, like you couldn't leave the spot that you're in, but a lot of people were like moving and just, they would have someone cover for them. They would go look for Brad Pitt and then whatever, anyways, all this stuff. And I'm just like, if I see him, I see him. If I don't, I don't. Like, I didn't really, you know, but I was in a space where I'm the only like worker in there. And it's like a small space, so it's limited, especially like with COVID, just like restrictions were still heavy. So it was like limited people. And I would just remember he came in with a woman. And then and then I know I talked to him a little bit, nothing too grand, just about like the work or whatever. I watched him play like this one instrument that he was not good at. So, I mean, it was like, that was fun to see, like, encounter someone who's like really such a big name and stuff, but he was really nice. And then I think he like tried to hide who he was, but like not too crazy where they're like fully covered, but he had like hat, glasses, typical thing. But yeah, but there was always like random different people going to like my old place of work. And I'm pretty sure it's today, like they still do it. But yeah, you just always hear like all these just different names, and I'm like, when you're not working, that happens, and it's like, because like, you know, you want to see the celebrities, you want to see them. Obviously in our place of work, like we couldn't be like, oh, can we have a photo? You know, we're trained not to do that. But like, I think the coolest one was probably Elizabeth Olsen. I think.
Did you see her?
Old place of work.
Oh.
Yeah. And I remember standing at the end of like where I was positioned, and she was walking through, and I know we had like a code when like VIP people come in, we have a code, and then so you just hear that, you don't know who it is until like everybody starts talking, but like no one was really saying, and then plus I was like kind of new, so I like didn't really talk to anyone like that. But I remember she was walking through the space, and then she got closer to like where I was positioned, and I'm looking at her, but just because I'm making sure she doesn't break any of the rules that like visitors can't do, like, making sure she's like following protocol and everything. And then I was like looking, and I'm like, man, she looks like the Olsen twins. And I was like, who is that? And then, because I completely blanked, like, they have a younger sister.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh my God, is this the person that they called on the radio and everything? And she, like, I didn't want to, like, I didn't know for sure if it was her until she started talking about WandaVision. And she probably wasn't supposed to be doing that, because this was before, like, WandaVision was even like filmed and stuff. But there was like rumors that she was getting a TV show and all this stuff. And she was talking about her costuming and like the fitting, or I don't know. I know she was, but her main conversation just revolved around WandaVision. And I think they were in early stages, like, so pre-production of it. And so I was like listening, and I'm like, oh, that's Elizabeth Olsen. Like, that's so cool. And she was also nice too. Very polite. And yeah, I like, those are pretty cool. Like, yeah.
I just thought of something. This is not a celebrity encounter, but being in close proximity to a celebrity. It was I went to one of Demi Lovato's concerts, and I was pretty close to the stage. I was like 6th row.
Yeah.
And literally the mid show, I see a guy, top of his head, in like the 1st row, kind of in the corner. I'm like, he looks familiar. Anyways, the show's going on, she's performing, whatever, and then the guy stands up. It's Kobe.
Really?
And if you don't know, oh my God, I'm a huge Kobe fan. Even since when I was like literally like 2 years old, I was able to name all the players on the Lakers. Anyways, when he stood up, I realized it was Kobe, and he was there with his daughters, of course, because I think they were like big Demi fans at the time. But I was like, I literally could not believe that I'm at a Demi Lovato concert, and one of the biggest people, like celebrity athlete of like my lifetime, is 6 rows in front of me. And I literally grew up with Kobe, grew up watching Kobe, and then of course this was after like my huge basketball era of my life where I was obsessed with basketball. But anyways, I've always been a big fan of Kobe, but I could not believe that he was standing in front of me, like 6 rows in front of me, just being that close to him. I was going crazy. I was taking pictures and everything. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then I think at the Shawn Mendes concert that we were at,
I was going to say that.
Diddy was in front of us with his girls. And I think he made like some people move that were sitting there, because there was people there. And all of a sudden he showed up with his like 4 girls or something. But yeah, those were my celebrity and close proximity encounters with them. Should we end it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening. As you know, and as we say every episode, you could listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And then if you want to watch the podcast, we post the video version of the podcast on YouTube, previously on the Internet Podcast. And we post those on Thursdays. At least we try to post those on Thursdays. So if you want to watch that, you can head to our YouTube as well. And if you could catch the older episodes as well. And then if you want to follow us, we post clips of the podcast on TikTok and Instagram, previously on the Internet. And then you can follow us on Twitter at POTI Podcast. And yeah, I think that's all the social medias we have. Follow us on TikTok because it's kind of fun on there.
Yeah.
We're trying to grow on there, and like I think TikTok is the biggest way to grow. So support us on TikTok and support us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and follow us and rate us there. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye.